Hello and welcome inside our Golf Channel digital studios. I'm Bailey Mosier alongside GolfChannel.com assistant managing editor Al Tays. And Al writes a feature for our website called The Challenge Tour. It's a series of articles that you started for a personal reason. Tell us about that and what the Challenge Tour is.
Challenge Tour is, like you said, a series of articles about people who have overcome physical, mental, or emotional challenges and have turned to golf as a way to enhance their quality of life. And the personal aspect is I started it after I had my own physical challenge. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis 5 years ago.
You recently came across a man by the name of Fred Gutierrez with this incredible story. Tell us a little bit about his story and how you met him.
I was introduced to Mr. Gutierrez by a friend of his, a golf professional up in South Carolina, where they both live. And Fred's story, in a nutshell, is in 1996, at the age of 40, he tried to kill himself. He put a gun to his temple and fired. The gun did fire, the bullet went through his brain, and somehow, miraculously, he survived. He was left paralyzed on one side of his body, though, and in the aftermath of that, he had to undergo years of very arduous physical rehabilitation, but he has gotten to the point where he can walk and he can play golf, although it's one-handed. He can only hold the club or anything with his right hand, but he shoots in the 80s and he walks every round. It's really an amazing story.
He didn't golf before the accident, but he turned to golf to help enhance his life. And I understand you recently went to South Carolina to spend a couple days with him. The first day, you got to know him through some friends and family. What stood out to you most about that day, what they thought of him?
I was struck by how in awe people have been about him and what he's accomplished and how he has inspired them. The phrase I kept hearing over and over again from everybody was, you know, I thought if Fred can do it, I can at least try to do it. People were trying to overcome, you know, a bunch of different things, but that was the attitude they were taking.
And you took that same motto, and on the second day, you two played golf.
Yes.
Tell us about that, and you walked that day, which you hadn't done since being diagnosed with MS.
That's true. I had not walked an 18-hole course in almost 5 years. And so we played. We both walked 18 holes. We both made it. I was probably much worse for wear at the end than he was, because this is nothing new for him anymore. He has walked as much as 36 holes at one time. He shot 86. I didn't.
Seeing him shoot 86, what is that like?
My jaw hurt at the end of the day because it kept dropping so often. I mean, he started out on the first hole hitting this incredible flop shot after sculling an approach over the green. He hit this flop shot, the softest thing you've ever seen, lipped out for a tap-in par. And that just set the tone for the whole rest of the day. It was ridiculous.
Wow, pulling off flop shots. Maybe not even Phil Mickelson can pull those off all the time. Well, thank you, Al, for sharing your story and Fred's. To read the entire story on Fred Gutierrez on the Challenge Tour series, be sure to visit GolfChannel.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.